that is paid for services rendered, which have nothing to do with God. God has a great sense of humor. I started my work speaking in churches and synagogues in November of 1990. November, December, it was Desert Shield. It was the beginning of the preparation for Desert Storm. Desert Storm, I went home to my wife and children, and for 3 months we were dodging the missiles. Actually, praise God, no missiles hit Jerusalem. We had miracles. 39 rockets hit Israel and only one person died from a direct hit. This was a miracle. And unfortunately, one missile hit a barracks, a U.S. barracks in Daharan, killing 27 servicemen and women. So I'm telling you, these missiles were accurate. They hit population centers in Israel, and almost nobody died. April 1991, Desert Storm is over. I come back to the States. It's my second visit to the U.S. as a speaker. I'm an Army spokesman, Israeli Army spokesman. And I get a call from a PR woman in Dallas, and she says, get on the next plane and come down to Texas. You're speaking tomorrow night before the Council on Foreign Relations. Now, the Council on Foreign Relations is a very important organization. It's very rich, it's very powerful. And in Dallas, really, I think it's fair to say it represents some of the richest people in America. April 1991, your president was George Herbert Walker Bush. And this Council on Foreign Relations was called the Bush-Baker-Bandar Group. Baker was James Baker III, and Bandar bin Sultan was the Saudi ambassador. And these people worked very closely together. I don't claim any glory. All the glory goes to God. You're going to hear this story, you're not going to believe this. I get down to Dallas, and it turns out I was a pinch hitter because, you know, the Council on Foreign Relations, they plan their meetings a year, 2 years in advance. So I was a pinch hitter for a no-show. Who's the no-show? Boris Yeltsin. Boris Yeltsin gave 2 lectures. He was supposed to give a 3rd and a 4th lecture. Boris Yeltsin was a good man, but he was an alcoholic. He drank, he got sick, they put him on a plane back to Russia. The 3rd night was a no-show. The 4th night was going to be a no-show unless they got a speaker. So my PR lady in Dallas told them about me, and they said, get him down right away. So I get down to Dallas. So you have to see, I had to go to Dallas because God made Boris Yeltsin so drunk that the doors would open for me to speak in Dallas. And then the second thing he says to me, so tell me, sir, what is it like to be a general in the Israeli army? I said, general? He said, aren't you General A. Lipkin? I said, no, I'm Lieutenant A. Lipkin of the Army Spokesman's Office. They thought they were getting General Amnon Lipkin Shachak, Chief of Staff of the Israeli Army. But you know, for people from Dallas, Amnon, Avi, it's all the same. So you see, all the glory goes to God. This was something I did not set up, and God set it up by 2 coincidental mistakes.